Thank you and welcome to my tutorial on making clothing part 2. I'm using this thin wavy dress today because it's actually got the templates that you can use down here. This one here is used for your undergarments. This one's actually used for the dress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it, save as pattern, or save as picture, sorry. And then I'm going to save it. Okay, now I've opened my GIMP up. This right here is a template I use to tell me if it's going to be a GA pattern or if it's going to be an AP pattern. Okay, now I'm going to just move this over and add it to my template. As you can see, there's a black background here. Just click on your color tool, click on the black here. Now you want to right click on it, go down go down to layers, add hang on just a second. Okay, go down to layers, go to transparency, add alpha channel. Okay, and then just hit your delete button. It deleted it. Now to get rid of all these little lines that are blinking, just go over here to your rectangle tool and just click anywhere on your screen, just not on the map. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just come up here, add new layer. I always use the transparency so that way I can see everything. Okay, now what I'm going to do is click on my paintbrush. I've gone down to 35. I've scaled it down to 35. Okay, make sure you're on your white, and then what you want to do is just left click on it. I just found this out and it's kind of cool, and then you can hold down the shift button and it makes a straight line for us that can't make a straight line. Now here I'm going to take the ruler tool and move it halfway, because I always do half my opacity so that both sides are the same. Okay, now I'm going to go back to drawing some more here. Like I said, I can't draw a straight line. So now I want to come from here, shift, straight line. From here, shift, straight line. Okay, now I'm just going to fill this in a little bit here. These lines on here are so that you can get exactly what you want on your pattern. Okay, now I'm going to start right here and follow this right along the belly area. Okay, just like that. And it's going to be a dress, so it's all going to be white below the area here. Okay, now what I want to do, because like I said, they wanted this to give some more detail than what I did in the first one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and draw a line from here, and I'm going to come right over here to it, the side of it. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, this here I want to have a little hip showing, but I don't want any of the red to show. So I'm just going to dip it down like that. Okay, now I'm going to take my bucket tool, and I want this part here to be white, so I just click it in. Okay, you can go back to your paintbrush, and I'm going to zoom in so I can see what I'm doing here. And you can fill in this line here, because you want to make sure it's all white so it's all filled in on your pattern, because otherwise there's going to be holes in your pattern and you don't want that. Okay, now I'm going to move this over a little bit. You can zoom back out if you want. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now I'm going to take my bucket tool and make sure it's on black, because I want it completely invisible. So I'm going to click here, here, and here. Whoa, not there. Oh, I see I didn't hit the line. Okay, now if you have troubles like that, just Control Z and it'll back you up. Okay, I can't see where my white lines are, so I'm going to go back down to the original GAAP outfit and just bring the opacity down so I can see. And you can see right here that I missed some white, and that's the reason it did that, because it's not a solid piece. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and just solid that out. Solid that piece out. Okay, now you can take your bucket tool back on black and zoom it in. Okay, I'm going to pause this for a minute so I can go ahead and finish out this part here. Okay, one moment. Okay, I've finished this side of the outfit. So what I'm going to do now is duplicate this layer. Okay, hit duplicate layer and it'll pull it back up for you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it. Okay, just click on it and it'll flip it. Now you've got the pattern on both sides exactly the same. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this here, this line I put in the middle, so that I can see. And if you notice, there is a line here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. Not with black, we ain't. Fill that in. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and you'll see that there is eyeballs. Okay. You'll see there's eyeballs over here. What I'm going to do is click that off so you can't see that or that anymore. Now I'm going to bring in a new layer. And it's going to be transparency also. I'm going to take my paint bucket, make sure it's on black, and click it. Now that you can see the black there. Alright, now what you want to do is you want to go down here and move this black down so you can actually see your pattern. Okay, now you can see your pattern. You want to save this as your opacity for your outfit. Okay, so you want to click File, Save As, and you can save it whatever you want it, and save it as a JPEG. And then it'll tell you that it can't handle the opacity. Don't worry about it. Now I'm going to go open my previewer. One moment. Okay, now this first one, like I said, it is going to be the undergarments. Okay, the top part, I'm going to go ahead and take this to pink so that you can see. I just left it alone right for this tutorial. When you actually do this, you want to make sure that you change it, especially if you go low on the hip like what I did. Okay, now I've gone ahead and changed that one. Now I'm going to go to 1 and I'm going to add my opacity to it. Okay, now I'm going to put the dress in here. Always make sure your opacity and your colors are the same size, the 256 by 512, and then hit apply. And you can see here that this outside is the dress. This right here is the undergarment. That's the reason you need to make your own undergarment if you're going to do this. Okay, another trick here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to Screen Manager. Now I like to add my own character in there. So I'm going to do that real quick. And just hit Add. And then hit apply, and whatever that is, not for sure what it is. As you can see, I've added my own character in there with my numbers that I usually use. Okay, and then just apply changes. But there's the outfit. If you have any further questions or any other questions, or just want me to show you how to do something, feel free to get a hold of me. It's CherokeeKK@imvu.com, and I'll be glad to help you. Thank you.